About NA for this video because obviously the last video I talked about EU. This is Alazim. It is June 12th, Sunday. All the games have just finished, and I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible and give you my take on what's happened. So first off, we're looking at NA games. Immortals beat NRG pretty handily. Uh, Envy beat Apex. I actually thought Apex was gonna win this one, but they got beat, and they're not looking too good this week. Um, Counterlogic Gaming beat Liquid. Uh, NRG beat Echo Fox. Cloud9 beat Phoenix as expected. TSM has looked incredibly good this week. They beat out Apex pretty handily. Um, they also went on and they beat Immortals. They beat Immortals. It was 2-1. Immortals beat them in the second game, but they beat Immortals and they're looking amazing. Maybe the best team in the NA right now. Team Envy, they beat out Phoenix. They go on to have a 4-win winning streak, undefeated so far. Um, Liquid just beat out Echo Fox, and Cloud9 beat out Counterlogic Gaming, 2-0. So that was pretty impressive on Cloud9. I got a lot of points from them. Let's take a quick look at my fantasy league right now. I scored 510 points, the highest score of the week. Um, Pretty damn good considering I lost last week. But my opponent looks like he hasn't really been paying attention to his team. He had Steel back. He didn't play him, and he could have done a lot better if he just did a couple subs. He played Forgiven. He didn't even play. He left Origins, so 0 points there. Um, Unicorns of Love, they did kind of poorly. No one really passing 40 points, it seems. But looking at my team, so obviously you saw H2K. They beat out Fnatic. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy about H2K. Immortals, they did lose to TSM, but they still scored relatively good. uh, Team Envy did great for me. Did amazing for me. I'm almost tempted to keep playing them, but I decided not to. I'll get to that in a little bit. Looking at Andrew's team, Andrew played Bashal this week. Andrew won. It was looking like Bashal was going to win for a while, but Andrew uh, Jensen scored big for Andrew. So did Lloyd, and he did pretty impressively well. So that's one for Andrew. And looking at all the players, they all did okay. No one did impressive. I'm surprised that Smissy did so well considering how bad Counter Logic's playing recently. Um, yeah, Team Liquid, they beat Echo Fox 2-0. So I'm surprised they didn't score more points than that. Ryu, H2K, of course they did amazing. Going on to the next team. G2. G2 has been doing amazing. Um, Fanatics, not as well this week. Obviously, they lost to H2K, the team I'm betting on. And they lost 2-0. They lost. TSM did amazing. Double W's. Biofrost did well for him. He's probably the only support I would put as a flex. So Ed played two supports and it worked out. He scored almost 500, beating out Class, who didn't score too well. He had Rainover, who scored well, but the rest of the team not as great. Balls did alright, or Mr. Rawls, I mean. Going on to Dustin. Dustin was playing against Jason. Looking at this, his team did fairly good. No one did terribly poorly. 6A did alright considering Counter Logic Gaming. His team did great. That's a great number for a team. 2 W's. TSM did amazing. Echo Fox, they lost. They got 2 losses. So is Apex. So too bad. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on to my roster. I did a couple trades, and I like to talk about them real quick. Looking at this, you'd probably be surprised at the decisions I made. I decided to take out Vendor and Ottoman from H2K because they got a hard week. Granted, Roquette had the same matchup this week as H2 is going to get next week, which is Vitality and G2. And Vitality and G2, they're both kind of, they're good. They win a lot. Vitality's not been doing so well this past lately, but I feel like they're gonna come back up. And they're both kind of low scores, even in wins they low score. So if they beat the other team, they're probably still gonna have a low scoring game, and the other team's gonna have an even lower scoring game. So I decided not to play them because, like, I believe I believe in H2K. I think they can beat G2, but I want to be a little more safe this run. Roquette's been doing very well, and obviously looking at this, they got a good matchup. I'm fully confident that Roquette's gonna beat out these 2 teams, Sheka 4 and Origins. So I believe in their points this week. So I'm playing 3 Roquette players: the team, the support, and the top. And yeah, Kini from Apex, they lost both games this week. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not. My faith is not too high on them anymore. Like, first week they were amazing. This week they just crashed and died. I actually made a trade with I offered to trade with Andrew to trade him Kini for Betsy from Roquette actually. Hopefully accepts. I'd like to have Betsy, but who knows? Andrew, he doesn't like to do trades. So that's, for the most part, that's it. For the week 2. I do want to point out that next week I will be facing Andrew, and he's on top of the board right now with 2 wins and quite a lot of points. So hopefully I'll win with this setup right here. I believe I'm going to win. I believe in Roquette. I do believe in my 1 H2K jungler right here. Immortals, of course. Their matchup's pretty good. Echo Fox, Team Envy, I think they're going to win, even though Team Envy's got an undefeated record at the moment. Was 4-0. And yes, that's it. And please rate, comment, subscribe. I am Alazim, and I am signing off.